Hello, my name is Shinta Nurya Ainun Nisa, and I will explain the matter on the definition of globalization, characteristic and process. First, definition of globalization. Globalization is the widespread influence of science and culture that exists in every corner of the world, so that it is no longer clear and clear boundaries of country. Well, according to Salo Sumarjan, globalization is a formation of communication and organization between one another different societies around the world that have the aim of following the same new rules. The relationship is to new inventions such as electronic devices and the internet. Globalization was also explained by Anthony Giddens, who explained that social relations eventually become intense between the inhabitants of this world. Then, then connect one even with another that product a reciprocal impact within the region so that it expands widely to the aspect of life between the two. Second, characteristic of globalization. When association of globalization directly. How do you do that? Well, we can compare several areas in social life over time. For example, from the field of technology, we can see that increasingly diverse and increasingly sophisticated equipment today, right? We like smartphone, which we can now also use not only to communicate it, but also to study, shop, and so on. Next, the change in the concept of time and space. The existence of new inventions such as telephone, cell phone, the internet, and various other kinds show that communication globally shifts quickly. Markets and economic production in all countries are independent with other products due to international trade, interest, cultural interaction through the development of mass media so that we can see and understand the cultural diversity of each country. Discussing common problems such as in the field of birth crime, multinational scales, or environmental image. Next, globalization process. Because globalization has more or less changed the order of people's lives, the outskirts of globalization also does not come actually but occurs through a process. The process of occurs of globalization it is divided into four parts, namely first, pre-modern era globalization. Although globalization is often associated with the modern world and is related to sophistication and modern technology, but there are opinions that see that the process of globalization already took place before that era. One of them is the pre-modern era. It is a process of globalization that occurred long before humans become acquainted with modern technology as it is today. If we can imagine humans experience global activity such as the migration phenomena of prehistoric times. This area was also marked as the age of empire, the spread of religion, the Silk Road trade, courts, and international migration. In this era, second, modern era globalization. There was revival of the Europe maritime empire, whose main empires were Portuguese and Spanish, then followed by Dutch and British Empire. This continuation became a turning point in the expansion of colonial countries from Europe towards other continents. In the early modern era, the empire expanded with the main purpose of trading, but in practice there was colonialism in other countries for the purpose of this expansion. Third, modern era globalization. Then we continue to discuss globalization in the modern era. Well, the difference from the previous era, namely the early modern, is from the purpose of the expansion of the Europe Empire, how to manage global trade, and the level of information exchange. This era is also characteristic by increasing international trade, which is demanded by the increasing development of multinational banks, means of communication, as well in early modern transportation. Fourth, contemporary era globalization. Well, next we discuss the process of globalization that has occurred since the end of the modern period until now, namely the contemporary era. In this period, the globalization that occurred was getting easier and faster in helping the human being to access information and obtain its needs. Technological advances that are always up to date are also the hallmark of the globalization of this contemporary era. Thank you, I hope it is useful, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.